Welcome to Vermontitude, a collaborative effort between Great Eastern Radio, the Brattleboro Reformer, and BCTV to bring you the stories behind the stories on the topics you want to learn more about. Because there's always more, so there'll always be Vermontitude. Hosted by me, Peter Fish Case. Welcome to Vermontitude. New episodes drop every Tuesday and can be found by going to vermontitude.com, reformer.com, brattleboro.tv, and locally on Comcast Channel 1078. We come to you from our studios at the Innovation Box on Landmark Hill. I'm Peter Fish Case, and each week I cover the topics that are of concern to Windham County and the towns that reside within its borders. Joining us today, an organizer of sorts, Dr. Bob Nassau. 16 years ago, created a little something called the Going the Distance Ride, which benefits the Boys and Girls Club of Brattleboro, I should add. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Peter. Glad to be here.
Yeah. This, of course, one of my favorite topics. We get to talk bikes today, and I love talking about bikes. So you were on the board when you created this, right? What is it just because you're an avid cyclist?
Actually, there were three of us on the board at that time: Chris Chapman, Sandy Garland, myself, who were big cyclists, and we needed some kind of summer fundraiser to bring some money in to help fund summer camps.
Right,
and that's how. And then we came up with this idea, and the first 2 years we did. Our plan for the first 2 years was about 8 or 9 riders going up to the Vermont border and coming back down to Brattleboro over 2 days. So that was like 100 miles each day for 2 days. And we did that and raised about $20,000 each time and thought, now we have to expand it and get other people involved. And that's what we did starting 2012.
Right. So, and somewhere in there, I jumped in, started doing a few. That was a fun. Those were fun. And now, I mean, are you still the primary organizer?
No, I've stepped back. I feel younger people have to do it. I'm not exactly a gravel ride person. So we added 2 gravel rides last year and are doing them again this year, along with our 3 routes of road rides. Mm-hmm. And I think it's been a great ride, honestly.
I see what you did there.
And there have been around 200 different cyclists who have done the ride at least once, and many of them do it year after year after year. And we're always looking for new people. And we've raised an incredible amount of money. I mean, for the Boys and Girls Club, we tend to raise about $50,000 each year, or have done that over the last 8 or 10 years. And the total has easily been over $500,000 raised.
Well,
and our expenses are, I don't even know if they're $1,000. And we get some corporate sponsors, which helps. So it means that every dollar that riders raise by donations goes really directly to the club.
All right. Well, let's talk about that. I mean, as you mentioned, it started out to help sort of fund summer camps. I imagine that mission and that thinking has expanded. Give us an idea. I know that you're not on the board anymore, but you're still an organizer. In fact, I'll give you a shot there. He never takes that jersey off. He's been wearing it for about 15 years. So tell us like some of the critical work that the Boys and Girls Club of Brattleboro does.
Well, in my work life, I was a pediatrician, and pediatrics is a lot about preventative medicine. And I always felt the Boys and Girls Club practice preventive medicine. Mm-hmm. And the idea was to not be there when kids get into trouble, but to try to keep them out of trouble.
Right.
And give them something to do after school through the clubhouse on Flat Street, and mentoring from adults, help with homework, learning tech skills, just having fun, having a place to hang out. We served meals for many years. And a lot of times, parents would come and join their club kid for the dinner and bring the younger brother or sister. And we would hear from these parents that, this is the one meal a week that we really are together as a family. And we were trying to encourage kids to graduate with high school with a plan. It didn't have to be going to college if that wasn't their goal. It could be the military, it could be technical training, could be all sorts of things, apprenticeships.
Sure.
But to just have some idea. And I think we've been very successful.
Right. And this is, of course, for the area now, it's one of the kind of the heritage fundraisers. It's one of those fundraisers that everybody looks forward to doing. There are varying distances. I know that when the couple of times that I did the Century Ride, the 100 ride, just because I like that. Now there's gravel rides. So talk a little bit about the routes.
Okay. Well, for road rides, we've dropped the Century Ride because fewer people were interested. But we have a 40-mile route, a 60-mile route, and a 75-mile route. And they all start in Brattleboro at the club and finish in Brattleboro, actually at the youth theater, and we have a big after-ride party right there. And they're somewhat interconnected, and there are 2 rest stops along the way for the 60 and 75-mile route. And then we have 2 gravel rides. One is one's a pretty good ride, and the other one's a kind of very hard ride.
Yeah.
And they start at the covered bridge on Route 30 and go up through Dummerston, Putney, and come back to the covered bridge.
Okay. And then drive to the that's the thing about gravel, right? You've got to travel to gravel.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
Roads are everywhere.
Right.
How do let's talk for a second. Like if somebody is watching this and wants to get signed up, how do they do that?
Okay. Well, you can go to the Boys and Girls Club website, which is bgcbrattleboro.org. And in the bar up at top, just click on Going the Distance, and that gives you a lot of information. And as you scroll down, there's the button to push to register.
Okay.
And there's no registration fee. We've never had a registration fee, and we don't have a minimum amount of fundraising you have to do. We suggest that you raise at least $300 for the club.
Sure.
And we always have 10, 12, 15 people who raise $1,000 or more.
Yeah.
And it works out that way.
Yeah, and it's all online through credit cards.
Right.
They can just run it. The fundraising platform is super easy to use. I remember when the last time I did it, it was just a lot of social media links and just asking people to donate. And honestly, people love the mission of the Boys and Girls Club of Brattleboro and what they do, and it's just super important to support it. And this is just a fun way to do it.
It is, and it's it's fundraising in your community for your community, and enjoying a day of cycling with friends.
Yeah. And let's talk about this. When is it?
It's coming up kind of soon, in about, I guess, less than 4 weeks. Yeah. October 4th, Saturday, October 4th, starting at the Boys and Girls Club, roughly at 8 a.m.
All right. And then you push off from there, and then the after party at the New England Youth Theater out in front, which is always a blast.
Yeah, yeah. So. It's getting bigger and bigger, better and better.
I went last year to the after party and had to work that day, so I wasn't able to ride. And it just seemed like everybody was having just a really good time, and they were they loved talking about the routes and talking about. Now, this is the first year you've added gravel, correct?
Last year,
yes. Okay, I thought so. I thought I heard some people talking about them enjoying, the the ever up that riding gravel is. But no, it was looked like a super fun event, and it's well sponsored. There's good foods, good eats, good drink. So,
Right. Oh, yeah.
you guys do it.
And the 2 rest stops have lunch, so you get a lunch break in the middle. And I think the success to me is marked by the number of riders who keep coming back year after year, and the number of donors who donate to support their friend and support the club year after year.
Right.
And it's been great for us, and we're always looking for new riders, and I hope we get some. It'd be great.
So the one thing I want to point out is that Dr. Nassau here keeps saying we, even though he sort of admitted right at the front that he stepped away. You can't let it go, though. You just love it too much.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So if you're interested, the Going the Distance ride is October 4th. You can register by going to the Boys and Girls Club of Brattleboro's website and just click Going the Distance. Get yourself registered, grab your bike, lube the chain, and get going and raise some good money for a good cause. Thank you for jumping on and talking Going the Distance with us.
I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.